Welcome to our homestead check-in that I'm finally getting around to do. It has been a while, and honestly, I don't think it's been quite as productive around here as I would like it have to been. So let's go look in this area really fast. So this area, it's fenced in. Oh, forgive the piggies are screaming at me. It's almost time for them to come out for their lunch. And there's this pad. I've been having a few yoga classes over here occasionally, but what I'd really like to do, and sometimes the goats are in this area, but to turn this into a really nice, like outdoor, let me set you down here, studio space. So it's like off the ground, so it's perfect we have lots of those big harvester ants out here. And so it would be off of there, but there's really not a whole lot going on. So this would need to be painted, perhaps maybe even like some unique shading put up, and sort of an idea I've had for a little while. I just have not really been able to put it into action yet. And then as well as some screening from the road to dull the car sounds going by, as well as to create privacy. Do some really beautiful plantings for intrigue, just to make it a really beautiful meditative yoga like space that I could consistently count on to be a beautiful setting when I want to practice outside. So my inside studio, it's okay, but it's small. The rooms are small. I'm really like, that's all I can really do inside as far as space-wise goes. And so it's like almost too small. There's only one place in my inside studio that I could put the camera and have it see me all the way standing up. Work with what you got, right? So I feel like this would be if I could get it to feel a little bit nicer, as well as, some of the harshness from the sun. So I think this year I'm definitely going to try to make that happen so that it's just a little bit more intimate, more beautiful, like I said, that consistent type place. Because I could practice all around the property, but yeah, like I said, those ants certain times of the year are just out of control, and they hurt really bad to get bitten by. So it's really distracting, when they're crawling all over. So I'm thinking this will be beautiful. Let's take a look. So there's our shed, and then the gate is by the shed, and then you would come in. And so I'm thinking having a little path going over there, and then somehow having that area enclosed from maybe a little bit closer from where I'm standing, and then doing like the tree plantings, some plantings that have flowers. I have that background in horticulture, so that it won't be a problem. There's plenty of ideas that way. Easy to water over here. Has a nice open corner. If there could be a little water feature for sound. Yeah, that would be amazing. But yeah, if you could see, you turn, there's the gate, there's the road. So it's super close. It's very open. Sometimes there's like people, and we live in sort of a small community, and they'd be kind of nosy, what are you doing? And be all slow down as you're checking out things. So it's a little bit much, but the area would be perfect for setting something like that up, and not too hard to just fence in, so that the goats still have, like, I bring them over here just to get them out of their pens for a larger area, and to do browsing and all that sort of thing, and as well as just expanding the fence line over there, so there could be two separate areas for the goats. So when they a little bit rough on the plants in this area, I could move them over there and sort of like take them back and forth. They're really kind of fancy goats. Even when I bring them over here, half the time they just stand at the gate and waiting for you to come outside. So, that's what I mean. They bend over, and, there's still weeds on the ground and little flowery things coming up. And then the other plans there's this, and it just needs to go. So we'll be working on selling that, making a little extra income that way. Just because they don't use it and don't plan on using it, and it's just gonna get ruined sitting there. So I'm gonna like get it out of there, and then that's a whole, and that just allows that whole open space for the goats, just to have these little separate areas to hang out in, so they don't get bored or whatever. Because I love my ladies, and we'll go check them out here soon. They're doing really well. And then we are still really out of control, kind of going off wherever they want to go. The other day I looked out and they were all the way out in that far wash over there. I'm like, I try to tell them, I'm like, you're gonna get eaten by a coyote if you keep going too far out, because we have our boy dog Boo's out during the day, and then we have Miss Rose's, our livestock guardian dog, out at night, and they just think that nothing's gonna get them. But occasionally we do have a coyote come through during the daytime. Not super often, but once they get, if they get one, then they kind of know that they're here and they'll come back. So then you have to like keep extra eye out and chase these, until they kind of go off again. I think we've only lost two to a coyote during the day for the years that we've lived here. I should knock on wood, because I'm like, yeah. But the ones that we got from Tractor Supply last year, they're like the craziest chickens I've ever owned. There's something else, and the ground they cover is pretty impressive. So I also, we'll go walk over. They'll probably just scream at us, but I'll let them out here in a second. Made the piggies' cage bigger. So we have Sookie, our little black and white girl, and Gingy, the little brown spotted one. Girls, please stop yelling. I'll let you out in a minute. So I've doubled the size of their enclosure, which is the nursery area before. And any nursery plants that are left over from when I was doing that operation went into the garden area. So I think they're happy, although they come out every day during lunchtime and do their thing. So, but while all the birds are out, let's look at them. I take that back. Let's let the piggies out, because I can't. They're just, the carrying on is a lot, as you can hear. Girls. Oh, which means we have to go there, do their little routine, because then the goats start yelling. Oh, I guess I hadn't really thought about all that. I know. You're naughty little piggies, aren't you? Naughty little piggies. So cute, though. Look how cute. I know, I'm doing it right now. Hang on. Okay, and they know where they're going. Straight to the garden. So any leftover chicken feed that's left in from this morning, they go after. And I also come in and give treats to the goats. So they're waiting too. Hi, Jelly Bean. He's the one on the fence. Our weather. Maisie's the bigger spotted one. Stars just jumped up on the fence there, and her daughter from this year, Moon. Why you say so small, Moon? I don't know, but she has like the loudest voice, don't you? She just yells. What's the matter, Sookie Cookie? All right, get the treats. Let's do that. I know, everybody wants treats. Don't jump over. Jelly Bean will jump over occasionally. All right, let's do it. All right, here's some for you. Are you gonna eat some? Some for you. All right. Oh, you're getting squished. You're squishing the baby. No, share. So we have some grain, goat grain, dairy goat grain, and then do some sunflower seeds. need to fix, so they keep pushing this over, so I need to get the fence to kind of go back up a little bit. I know, Middle Moonbeam. There you go, girlfriend. Your mom, she's like the little tiny, I don't know why she stayed so tiny, because neither her mom's a full-blooded Nubian, and the dad he's a big boy too. We'll look at him in a second. So I don't know why she stayed so tiny. I'll throw some more seeds for the chickens. Nope, that's it for you, buddy. And then are you girls gonna come over here and get seeds? Little Gingy Boo. Little Gingy Boo, can you sit? Sit down. Oh, good girl. Cookie, can you sit? Sit down. All right, good girl. Here, get the boys. Silas. And then compadre, here's our weather. And this is Daddy of Moonbeam over there. So I don't, he's a pretty big boy. And Chase. Is that it? A little bit. Okay. And then I throw them some pellets. They also get hay and stuff. I don't know. It's just my time to spoil them. And then I also have my 2 Prego girls, or I hope they're pregnant. We'll have to take them some too, otherwise they'll be jealous. All right, one more handful, boys. I'm gonna take over. And since they're the Prego ones, I'm sure they get extra nutrients. And pellets are, it's just throws like something to do, something to look for. It's not much different than the hay. This hay, we just got a new thing of alfalfa in. It's much better looking than the last batch, so I'm happy about that. Some chickens know over here too. I'm just kind of waiting. I'm gonna throw you guys with pellets first. So this is Daisy, is the brown one, and we have Iris. Why don't you come scoot over more? Is the black and white one, and Daisy's always been a little bit of a chunker. And I'm pretty sure she's pregnant, and then Iris should be as well. So maybe the beginning of April for Daisy, and be more like the end of April for Iris, I believe. I don't know, have her in the calendar. It's like a 5.5 month gestation period. And yeah, all the mooches. And this is our routine during lunchtime. So we're a little bit early today. I think it's like 10:30 or so, but mine as well, so I can talk without everyone screaming. All right, all right guys, there you go. Go get it there. Probably. Oh, hi. I probably should get like a little container or whatever to put in there, but then during milking season, then they come out and get their food that way. But let's just make sure, and especially with the boys, that they'll take any medicines I have to give them, or herbs to have like herbal remedies to treat parasites and that sort of thing. I really had a whole lot of worms, I guess, because there's a lot of worm resistance. So you from the like the antibiotics, overuse. So. It's so far so good. Everyone seems to be doing really well. But yeah, it's like this herbal remedy that I give them occasionally, as well as they get copper boluses for deficiencies and all these sorts of things. Yeah, learning about goats was, you know, I didn't think it was going to be such a thing, but it's been a thing for sure. Learning how to trim the hooves, learning how, you know, to give them the extra minerals that they need, and, you know, and pretty much they're pretty happy, and they seem happy, so I like, you know, that makes me feel good, even though they're in the pen, you know, most of the time, or whatever, but they, you know, seem like happy goats to me. And you can kind of tell when someone isn't really feeling all, you know, so then you'll switch them around, give them back, you know, so sometimes they end up in different pens with each other, and just kind of keep it fresh for them as best as I can, and then when we go into milking season, then they really get a lot of extra attention, and then have their babies to deal with. When the babies are so hard lately to get rid of, that I didn't want to breed all my girls, and then be stuck, right? I still have little Moon over there, because I don't really want any more goats, but sort of, I think, with the economy, and then a lot of people in Arizona must be like, so they're selling them really cheap, or they find out where I live, and they're like, oh, that's way too far. It seems there's a lot of people around the Phoenix area, which is our capital, and yeah, they're like, oh, Aravaco's way in the middle of nowhere, no thank you. So I've been either having to like sell them for a lot cheaper, or having to drive halfway to meet people, which is okay, but it's not really like I had planned on, you know, making all this money from goat babies. But either way, the milk is what I like, and then I do the soaps and that sort of thing. I was trying to do the soaps a little bit for money, but that's really something that you need to be like at full time, and I don't have the time to do it full time, so that's a little bit hobby. But I do have a cream separator. I drink a lot of heavy cream, but it's like this machine I haven't quite figured it out, but I'm hoping that's another goal for this year, and this coming up milking season, is to figure out how to get this cream separator to work properly. There's all these little pieces, and every time I've used it, it's like, it just is, it just ends up being a big mess, and then you gotta clean all these little discs, and I don't know, I guess they say once you get the trick of it, though, the hang of it, then it's all good. But so far, that has not been the case, and, you know, it sucks to waste like a whole gallon as you're trying to figure it out, but so yeah, that's the babies. It's not ready yet, little Gingy Binge. I know you want your veggies and stuff. I wasn't prepared for you all to come out right now. You can go help yourself in the shop. That's the other thing, we going in the shop and just eating the hay themselves. Never a dull moment. So, better go inside, get their veggies ready before they bust down the door. They'll come up here and just be like, where is it at? So it's kind of funny. You can already hear them at the door, but they get cucumber and banana and a carrot usually. Maybe it depends on kind of just like what's available. Some leftovers, no meat or anything like that. And if it doesn't really have salt, because, you know, I don't really give them salt either. So mainly just like the fresh fruits and greens and carrot and all the things. But yeah, so the piggies are doing good. I still need, oh, there's Cheyenne at the door, my other piggy. She doesn't like it, but when they come out. But I feel like they've gotten used to each other. So Cheyenne's that black piggy. You can't come in right now, Muffin Pie, because I'm not in here to watch you. But I love you. And they can even have the banana skin. So. Well, that's that. Come here. Gingy Boo. All right, you sit. Sit. Good girl. Gingy Boo. You want your veggies, Gingy? Where'd you go? MIA. Gingy. Usually she's right here. It's because she... Oh, there she was. She was in the shop. Mm-hmm. Come here, you little Gingy Boo. Come here. Now we're going to have him right here. Where are you going? Come here. She's like, no. All right. We could do it up there. This is where I normally do it, but for the sake of the porch being a little bit of a mess. Sit. No, you already had yours. Already had yours. Nope. I haven't swept or anything. Yeah, kind of a mess. No, we're not stealing others' foods. You ate yours already. Mommy loves you, though, so much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, piggy. Ooh, the little piggy. No one ate your food. Why don't you go? Here you go. Thank you. Goodbye. I love you. Yes. What are you doing in there, Boo? Come out, please. You don't need to be in there. He's getting a little chunker muffer because he's constantly stealing eggs. Where are you going, Cookie? You going back to the garden? Mommy loves you. Okay, so I have a few seconds before. So when the piggies are all done running around doing their thing, they come find me, and they have their little pig pellets, and then I throw them, and they go back in their area for the rest of the day. All these routines, but it's good because otherwise I can get. So this morning even, I'm like trying to build my website, and you know how those when you're doing something new on the computer with technology, you're just trying to it could just take so long just to figure out the dumbest things, and I get all frustrated. I'm like, all right, you need to walk away. Go do your animals, go do the recording for the day, go get some fresh air. So yeah, it just like gives me a break every day. Come out, you do the waters and the feeding, give everyone love. So it really is good and helps balance everything out. So you're not just like sitting on the computer all day or doing one thing all day. Like it really is sort of a little bit of everything all the time. But yeah, so with that being said, that's another thing I'm working on. And then I'll be announcing that, and I've been doing the Sunday status. We're kind of checking and answering questions that I've been receiving, and what are our plans going on for the week for yoga and adventures and all the things, and so that will be, there'll be the blog now to go along with that, as well as a way to have my offerings, like different packages for sale or different coaching, or really the whole 9 yards. It's going to be like a all-inclusive thing on the website, which will be really amazing once it's done. But for now, trying to get it set up is a little bit crazy. Oh yeah. And so it, as well as what's crazy with these chickens, so they're just be laying their eggs all over the place. So there's one that lays its eggs in the pig area in their enclosure, and then one of the funniest ones, I don't know if she's in there, so we'll go take a look, is in the shop. There's two places. So one likes to lay sort of in this corner, which I'll show you. On the other, I didn't see her in there yesterday, so I don't know, because we just got there's a full bag of food. But she, like, in the chicken food bag, like in the trash can, and then she was actually getting broody in there. And so at night you have to go take her out of the chicken food bag. Also, let me just show you. So this whole area in here is sort of a mess, and now it's extra messy because we had to move our mother-in-law out of her area, so we just have like bins and all these things that we need to get rid of. There's Gingy Boo helping herself to the hay, and no chicken today, but she's been for the longest time, coming in here and getting into the bag and laying her eggs. So it'd be an egg every day in the chicken feed, and then for a while, like I said, she was getting broody, so she'd just be in there all day. Looks like someone else is using the one over there. And so here's the other place that they like to lay. Are you laying an egg? Or are you the broody one? So those are two spots. And And then, yeah, where we keep the hay and all that stuff. So, but yeah, what a trip. So all over in the truck bed that has planted flowers and stuff in it, they're laying in there. It's like, it's a whole Easter egg hunt. And in the wood box. Hi, lady. And we have another chicken doing its thing, another lay spot. Muffin Pie, hi! You coming out? You know everyone's still out, right? So it's kind of funny. Gingy is not scared of Cheyenne at all, but Sookie still is like PTSD from when we tried to have. So we had gotten Sookie, the little black and white one, who's not so little anymore, and Cheyenne was just not about it. Would like, you know, kind of lunge at her and everything. So hi, oh hi, we love you, kisses. So Sookie will still stay kind of like far away from Cheyenne, but they're sort of like coexisting these days, which is good. Okay, I'm really trying to get her to lose weight. It's so hard. I really don't feed her, you know, all that much, but it's like mesquite bean season comes around, and then she just like gets out and like gorges and then puts on all this weight, and then you know, tries to eat the chicken food. So I try not to let her out until most all of that is gone, but yeah, she's still a little bit chunker. Oh, Renegade's closed, so she can't go in there at all, so she saw that was open. Almost did a little run. Okay, you lucky girl. I think they got most of it, though. Yeah, you can see Sookie is still in there. It's good to see you girls coexisting together. Yeah, it is. Mama loves the little piggies. I don't like it when you guys fight. So last year, we had not received like any rain. It was so dry. There was not any green on the ground this time of year. But we haven't gotten tons, but the difference it makes. So there's poppies blooming or just starting to do their thing. Bladder pods. And really quite a beautiful little carpet put down, hinting at spring. Been the warmest winter that I've ever lived here, so that's kind of crazy. Not really complaining. It's kind of nice to be so cold, and especially when you just have that wood stove, so it's pretty chilly in the house in the mornings. It can be like in the 50s, especially when it's really cold, but yeah, having it be a little bit warmer has definitely helped. Nothing really knows what's going on though. Like, it's a little bit confusing. We have, you know, fruit trees trying to bloom, and so we'll see if they actually are able to set fruit. Oh, so like I mentioned, really had hoped to get the house painted, looking a little bit better. So it's not done yet, and it is sort of the way it goes with projects, right? So, you know, still on the plan, still working towards things, still trying to make it better all the time. But, you know, not December and January took a real, right, well, we have all the holidays, first of all, and then with my mother-in-law taking that fall and having to get put into to the hospital, rehab, and then finding a home for her, and then having to clean out her condo. It was really quite the ordeal, and, you know, both of us work full time, so, you know, getting projects done can be a little bit challenging. So, but now everything's set up, you can kind of get back into gear and back into these projects now with a little bit more time. Not much more time, but a little bit more time. And I think that yeah, so we covered the yoga studio. They're hopefully working on that new yoga outdoor space to really try to create that to be a really beautiful meditative type place. Yeah, I think that'll be really good. All the animals, so we did lose Thor. That was he was that orange kitty that followed us around everywhere. He got hit by a car, and anyways, it was really awful, and it just sucks. I mean, it sucks to lose an animal in general. But that way it was really hard, and that he was sort of younger. I have some ancient animals so it's never really what you think, right? So, but I'm trying to practice just acceptance around that, but definitely miss his presence outside, and so it is a total bummer. But I'm happy that the goats are doing well, and I hope that this birthing season coming up will go well, because that's the thing that happened not last year, but the year before. We lost the mom goat, Jelly Bean's mom, and that was really hard. And so, I mean, losing anyone, family, animals, it's such, like, even if you have faith, like we were just talking about, like that, you still have that grief, that sort of hole that comes in, and that you have to deal with. And I just did a little blog post on that today. It is Valentine's Day today, so happy Valentine's Day. But how Valentine's Day isn't, I think it can bring up really a lot of negative kind of stuff for people, around love and emotions and relationships, and and it isn't always easy, and it's not always easy to feel grief and allow yourself to be with those things, but you kind of have to in order to move forward. Otherwise you can tend to get stuck sort of in this more of an anger cycle, right? Like, we tend to want to go more towards this anger rage and then hang on to that, instead of just being able to sit with the grief and let it pass, and having that sort of faith that if you allow yourself to feel these things, you're not going to drown, that it can be okay, and to know that it never goes back, right? We never go back to who we once were. We're always changing and growing, but grief is one of those big things that really has a way of shifting you, to sort of say, like, so there is no, right, you can't bring your mom back, or you can't, so all those things, how you thought they were going to be, you have to be able to let go. And then, who you end up on the other side is always someone changed and a little bit different, and that can be hard, especially when we liked how it was before. So anyways, but happy Valentine's Day. I love you. Let's take a look around, and some beautiful views here. Hello, Miss Roses. How are you doing? This is her. She's on guard all night, and this is her sleep time. Miss Rose, Miss Rose, Miss Rose, Miss Rose. So beautiful. Yes, you are. Look at my foot compared to hers. You're huge, but I love you. So sweet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know. She's a ham. A scary ham at times, but she's a ham. If you're not supposed to be here, so scary, but that's her family. Well, that about wraps it up, I think. As we get more into spring, things will green up and be a little more beautiful. As always, just tons of projects all the time, amidst taking care of everybody and working, and so it is a lot for sure, but it's totally worth it in my opinion. It's my home, my sanctuary, and my inspiration, really. So not a regret. I don't need any more animals for sure, but all's well, and hopefully this year get the house painted, get that area, that yoga outdoor studio area set up, and as well as anything that comes up in the process. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.